Hey world, it's Dr. Brenda Bowers, and I am here on my morning walk. Look at this beautiful ground coverage that I get to just see all of this beauty that lies around us. And I just thought I'd share it with you today, because as I'm out here walking with my friends so far, I've seen some chickadees and some turtle doves. I got 2 armor bearers, redbreast and cottontail. They're on their posts, some sparrows, some ravens. Here the owl, the hawks, and then these 2 huge friends I have that I've called Crane and Ukraine, because they're just too big to be cranes, and I don't know what else to call them as a species. Really cool to be out here with God another day and to share that with you. It's Friday. It's a busy day. I have a lot of outside appointments I have to attend to today, but first I had to attend to myself. So I want to make sure that you all are doing the same by me encouraging you. Before I tell you what I want to talk about today, I want you to know that I've gotten some questions about the Lionsgate portal. And no, I did not discuss it yesterday. But what I will do later today, I will do a post from the scientific standpoint. Remember, I'm never here to tell you what you do or don't have to believe. That would make me greater than God. As much as He loved the world as our Father, and as much as Christ loved the church as our Savior, what has never been taken from us is the ability to choose. Now, there are times when our choices are the unrighteous choice within a permissive will of the Creator that have different impacts than when we choose righteously. There's a different level of joy manifestation and availability. So I always encourage you to consider how you choose, while simultaneously, hey Cardinal, I did forget to mention you. Sorry, I'm Mr. Blue Jay. And yes, I see you, Mr. and Mrs. Mallard. You know they show up when I don't call them out. So as I come back and do this Lionsgate portal post, and I was talking about choice, I'm never here to tell you you should choose this or you shouldn't choose that, or you should believe this or you shouldn't believe that, because that would make me greater than God. What I will say is for you to give consideration for those in your life who do hold a place that controls your choice, where you feel that you have no choice because of situational circumstances. And there are times when it feels that way, and certainly I've been in that place a bunch of times and had to fight my way out of it every day. But the more liberating I become simply by accepting that I can choose. Nothing else. Just when I pause and say, even if I'm not making a decision, the decision I'm making is the power to choose. So even if all I can say is, all right, Brenda, well, you get to choose. And whether I do and whether I don't, I'm reminding myself that that power is something that no one can take away. I have to relinquish it. So my choice is to respond to some questions about the Lionsgate portal, but to do it from a scientific platform, not you all are out here with me while I'm doing my walk. So you're hearing my Apple Watch talk back to me and tell me how I'm doing. That's that other voice you just heard. I will do it from a scientific standpoint versus this is why this theory of belief works. This is why this theory of belief isn't true. And why am I kind of pausing? Because I don't want it to just be Christians against non-Christians. You know, it is, we are a cornucopia, which I will talk about in a minute, a cornucopia of beliefs. Can any of you bear witness that you conflict with yourself on a daily basis? That different aspects of yourself when you by yourself, that you had to have a conversation with yourself because you're not in agreement and alignment with yourself. Ain't nobody telling you what you can or can't choose, but you just in a tizzy because of this dynamic, schematic, looking for the word, you know, so I'm not just sounding like I'm being so research focused. I get accused of that by being a doctor of nursing practice as well as a philosopher of leadership. So the schema or the mental model, let's say that, the mental model that you have with yourself. You open and closing gates all the time and give a whole lot of people credit for when you consider you failed yourself. But then the worst part is when you give them credit for something that you succeeded in. And you don't care that they get the credit. Well, I want you to start caring, because when you give them the credit, then you're giving up your royalties. So one of the royalties that I don't want to give up today is, let me just see if I can pause and show you this beautiful, so look at that. Now I could give that up by just not being out here and saying, girl, you ain't got no time to go out there and walk. By the time you do that and you end up being late, you gotta be there. And I did all that. I did all that within me. I dealt with the enemy in me today. But I don't win all the time, but I did this morning. So today is 8/9/8. While I'm on this walk, we are in the 8th month of the year 2024. And when we break down 8 into 2s, we are in the month of 2 + 2 + 2 + 2. And when we break down the year 2024 into 2s, we're in the year of 2 + 2 + 2 + 2. So we're sandwiched in 8s. And what I'm striving to do, and I'm just sharing with you, didn't start on August 1st. Wish I would have, but I didn't. But what I am doing is saying, okay, there's so much power because I'm a 12/8, and managing 8 is a hard thing to do. It's a beautiful thing, but it's a challenging thing. So today, 8/9/8, this sandwich of begin new is the first piece of bread. We're about to make a sandwich. The first piece of bread is to begin new. Why are you beginning new? Because today is yesterday's tomorrow. Any of you that follow me, you hear me say it all the time. We're always in now, whenever, wherever, no matter the time zone. The only place we ever are is now, until we know how to tap into that exists beyond our now. And we can, and we do. But today, 8/9/8, 8 is a fluid number. So of the different things that I've told you about it already, I start out these sandwiches for the month of August. The first slice of bread is begin new. Get some Wonder Bread. He's a wonder and so are you. In the middle is the medicinal manna meat for the day. That's where the miracle lies. And then the last piece of bread is the new beginning. So we're going to begin new, then we're going to put whatever the middle part is, and then we're going to end with new beginnings. So we're walking into the next beginning new, which will be tomorrow. One thing about 8 is, as I'm out here just looking at this beautiful landscape and being able to walk, not hearing a lot of noise yet, is that 8 is very fluid. It's a number of movement. It's why when you turn it on its side, it represents infinity. And if you were with me on my walk yesterday, you heard me talk a little bit about that. Because really, I'm talking to me. I'm just using the opportunity to share, talking to and with me, with you. And it's okay if you don't want to hear it. I'm just sharing. So, we begin new. We got this manna, this miraculous manifestation of medicinal meat that's going in the middle. And then the next piece of bread is new beginnings. Now, when we put that together and we consume that, then it prepares us for when we show up tomorrow. Then we will be ready to begin new again. And this is only happening this month, this year. And the next time this will occur is in 2033, 9 years from now. Why in the world would we wait 9 years to get something that we can consume today? Now I'm gonna tell you, there's times that I keep some carbs, like if it's a special kind of bread that I like, a cheese bread that I know doesn't even have the preservatives in it to last as long as I want it to, and then fool around and get molded. Now, how many of us want to make a sandwich and sit it somewhere for 9 years until we're able to get to another 8? So I'm telling you now, we got to pick it up and we got to eat our daily bread, because the next time we're going to get to do this in this fashion is the year 2023. Number 8 is a very fluid number, always moving. Whether you're moving your mind, whether you're moving your body, whether you're moving your money, whether you're moving your wisdom, whether you're moving your family, whether you're moving your faith. 8 is a number of movement, and it's an infinite movement. Therefore, 8 has to be managed with temperance, because when you lean into your 8, new beginnings are so exciting that then you can fool around, wake up and be in the middle of the ocean, and it stars and ain't nobody around, and you done threw the oar out of the canoe because you knew if you had to, you could swim and all that stuff. It is like, somebody help me. That happens because 8 is an exciting number, and it's easy to overextend our 8. So this is a month of beginning new and of new beginnings, but it's also a month to be mindful of managing your 86,400 seconds a day. Mindful of me managing my 86,400 seconds a day, because the 8 in me wants to overextend, and overextension, as we've seen in the Olympics every 4 years, another mighty thing to research historically and scientifically with not only Greek and Roman mythology, but actual historic activities. Quite fascinating. But we have seen that even in the best of the best of the best of the best of class, if you overextend and if you don't manage your 8, if you don't manage your infinity, because you're always trying to break the record of infinity, and the record of infinity can never be broken. So you got to manage your 8, which means I know you want to share, but you ain't got no bread to spare. I know you want to share, but you ain't got no bread to spare, because you got to manage you. And you don't want to expose the 8 to whatever the meat is. And today, the meat is a 9. So 8989 is a number of perfect divinity, triple triunity, safety, number of accomplishment. When you get into a 9 and everything kind of gets reduced to a 9, then you find the power of the 9 by properly launching your 8. So as you deal with your sandwich today, your meal today, in fact, I'm just gonna encourage us. And when I say this, you know I'm talking to me. It's just when I'm talking to you, then it's not like I'm only talking to me. And my other creation friends out here, they talk back to me as well. But today, let's take the time to really just have this one meal. Eat this one sandwich, because in the middle, this miraculous morning manna that has medicinal melody inside of us, we're not going to share the 9 today. So the 9 not only gives us this triple triunity, divinity, sacred grace, it launches something new. When we look at the science behind the Lion's Gate portal, today would be considered the new has shown up, and now we're pushing into that new, and that portal is said to remain open usually through the 12th of the month when it's an 8-8. So again, the next time the divineness of that portal would be considered open would be on August 8th, 2033, because 2, 3, and 3 add up to 8. So the meat today is going to be a cornucopia. We're going to have a vegetarian sandwich to feed us all day. Those of you who read the Word of God, where there's in Galatians 5 and 22, where you see the attributes of the one fruit of the Spirit. I know some people think it's 9 different fruits. And if you go to different beliefs and religion, they also have their set of 9 values, core beliefs. So I am recommending, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at, hey Cottontail, I'm picking it up. I see garbage along the way, I'll try to grab it. I'm going to be eating Galatians 5 and 22, where you see the 9 attributes of the fruit of the Spirit. That's the way I'm going to manage my 9. So, got this huge cornucopia, like it's Thanksgiving. And I'm going to chew on love, and I'm going to chew on peace. I'm going to chew on joy, gentleness, goodness, faith. I'm going to chew on it, keep chewing. And then, you know, that 9th attribute is temperance. And that's when it gets hard, because it's so good, I just want to gulp. But we got to chew. Scientifically, if you chew your food, no matter how soft it is when you put it in your mouth, if you chew it for 32 times, it will digest better and create less health issues when we pause. Because we really don't want to live to just eat all this stuff. We want to consume or eat so we can live our best life. So what's in your 9 today? What's your meat today? And what kind of butter you putting on that last piece of bread? That 8. So your 8, 9, 8. Share with me what your 9 is today. Because when we come back tomorrow, then we're going to be able to say today is yesterday's tomorrow. I'm getting closer back to the road, so I know that it's going to be harder to hear me. Thanks for joining me. I am your queen, Dr. Brenda Bowers. I'm talking to the kings, the queens, the princes, the princesses, the queendoms, and the kingdoms. The duchess, the duchesses, the rooks, the bishops, the knights, the dukes, the earls, the boys, and the girls. I'm talking to you because I'm talking to me, and I'll come back later today and just give a few tidbits, scientific tidbits on, just let that truck go by, on the Lionsgate portal. But before I do my until soon, agape and shalom, look at this. Look at this. You know, I just do. Let me find it. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. I bring it down. Oh, look, there we go. I have to bring it down. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. That's why you never surrender your right to choose. Because I just chose to share that light with you. And the only way that I shared it with you was that I made a decision to choose it and to share it with me. Thanks so much for hanging out and going on this very strategic, anointed, ordained walk of obedience that I've been assigned to do by my creator and maker, by God. And I'm excited. Woo! Y'all know. Isn't it amazing how seconds change everything? Because those are just a few seconds, and that just tore up all the little space I had of distracting sound reductions. But thanks for hanging out with me. It's always only until soon, and it's always just me from you. And this month, in the obedience of me walking, and I have been walking for a couple of months now, after not being able to for the past few years. It's really hard when someone who was brought up athletic and to be physically fit and to keep that and to push that into your own lineage and legacy. And then you find out that maybe, just maybe, you'll never be able to do that again. Story for another day. But you have no idea the steps that I've made to get here today. But if you do understand because of your own journey, shout out at me. Hey, Cottontail. I can't turn around for you to see him. I was trying to figure out how I could let you all see my armor bearers that walk in front of me. Anyway, until forever, agape and shalom.